Now, two Italian luxury companies decided to tap into the markets this year despite economic uncertainty. Ferragamo opted to stay at home, a risky decision considering the situation in Italy, but one that so far has paid off. Prada chose to go public in Hong Kong to try and entice China's millions of newly rich, while the IPO raised more than $2 billion. Olivia Stearns now joins me with the very latest. Now, Olivia, it's been so good, so far so good for Prada. We get its first earnings release later today. What can we expect from them?
Well, Francine, so far shares have held up, and that's obviously going to be a huge relief to Prada. You'll remember they got cold feet on this IPO 4 times before actually going public. It's been only a couple of months. Shares up 8%, and that's quite significant because in the same period, Hong Kong's Hang Seng, the benchmark index there, has fallen about 10%. And don't forget, there's a lot of nerves out there this summer for IPOs generally. Many share sales were in fact plugged, so the fact that shares are up a bit is quite a positive sign. Now, we spoke to one analyst in Rome, and he said Prada came to market with a very high share price. The challenge now is going to prove that it can actually grow in the long term.
In the short term, its main goal is to consolidate its market capitalization, which is very high. After a while, though, it will have to come into the arena and try to create a luxury conglomerate in order to keep growing. This means looking at companies in Italy, but also abroad.
So he's speaking of the fact that the luxury goods industry is really dominated by these conglomerates. You know, it's LVMH, it's PPR. So long term, he thinks Prada is going to have to either sell or try to become a rival to one of these companies. Don't forget, Prada's empire, it's not just that brand. They also own Miu Miu, that's its fastest growing line. It owns the Church's Shoes Company and the car shoe company. So ultimately, Prada is going to have to prove that it can meet these huge expectations out in Asia. And Fran, 80% of analysts actually do have a buy on the stock. So we'll see what changes when its earnings come out later today.
Yeah, we certainly will. Olivia, how does Ferragamo's IPO actually differ from Prada? It was interesting to see 2 Italian luxury houses, one IPOing in Hong Kong and one staying at home.
Yeah, no, this is very interesting. You'll remember it was a big deal at the time that Prada, that's so associated with being Italian, this storied luxury goods company, decided to leave, go list in Hong Kong, and then a week later Ferragamo came out and they stayed at home. They listed in Milan. Look at the difference in the share prices. Prada up 8%, Ferragamo up 23%. At the same time, Italy's benchmark index has fallen about a quarter. So that's very significant, very positive sign that it's actually thriving. One of the reasons analysts again tell us is because they think it has more long-term growth potential. It's this great, authentic Italian brand. You know, it's known for making custom shoes for Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, but it doesn't have the same kind of direct retail operation that Prada does. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But, you know, long term, both these stocks are a bet on the luxury goods market in Asia that's set to grow about 20% for the next 5 years.
Yeah, impressive numbers. Olivia, thank you.